Transformative education happens not just in classrooms, laboratories, and libraries.
Throughout the university's history, our gymnasiums and playing fields have been the sites of wins and losses, but also of lifelong friendships formed and lifetime lessons learned.
If I could send a message to the donors, I'd thank them for everything, because I do everything that I do on this court because of them. I'm able to use these facilities to the best of my ability, and I'm able to do well in sports and academics because of them.
And now, the starting lineup for your Elmhurst Bluejays. Senior defensive specialist number 3, Gianna. Senior middle number 9, Nadia.
CCIW play is well and alive here from Elmhurst, Illinois, as the Blue Jays welcome in the Vikings of North Park University out of Chicago for a weekday clash on this Wednesday night. Welcome into this broadcast presented by Suncom TV on CCIW Network and the Elmhurst Blue Jays Athletics YouTube channel. Alongside our producer, Greg Rosel, my name is Luke Jordan. Excited to bring you through the action of two red-hot volleyball teams as we speak. The North Park Vikings, winners of 4 straight, all at the Windy City Invitational. And how about Elmhurst? After starting their season 0-6, they're 4-1 since that 6-game losing streak. And they just came off a sweep of the Lake Forest Triangular as well. Elmhurst in their 18th meeting with North Park all-time in CCIW play. They are 13-4 up to this point. And as you see them in the huddle there, both teams will be sporting white today, of course, except the liberos. Alexis Casey, number 22, will be sporting the navy for the Blue Jays. And on the other end, in black, is Carolina Aviles. Records on the season, North Park 10-2. The Elmhurst Blue Jays 4-7, but it all changes here. The opener of CCIW play just moments from getting underway. Just waiting on some final confirmations from the officials. These two teams did already play today, but not really. I happened to walk in about 5 p.m. and was utterly confused. I thought I honestly missed the game, but it was actually just an exhibition, so you'd have to wonder. I don't think these benches are going to run too deep today, having considered those players have already probably played. It's all the stars on the floor tonight. We're underway between North Park on the right side, Elmhurst on the left, and wasting no time, a block that went out as it goes back to North Park. Aviles, the Puerto Rican, 5'1" senior, ready to send it away. North Park actually went to Puerto Rico last year for an opening season trip. Same thing that Illinois Tech did this year. A school not too far from them. Both located in Chicago. Casey puts it near pin. And a good attempt there by Johnson, but it won't go. Now Belfield couldn't tip it over. Kind of just an uncomfortable spot to receive it there for Paige Belfield, the freshman from Minnesota. And the Vikings are out to a 2-0 start. Belfield looking for redemption. Good dig by Aviles. Casey. Now for Johnson, sent right back at her. They will desperately get it over the net. And now Aviles puts it near pin. A 50-50 right at the top of the net. Muscled down by Blair Johnson. Her and Shamaya Collier both getting their hands on that ball. About as 50-50 as you can get as Collier couldn't get that one to go. And it touches right on the line. So after 2 to open up from North Park, 2 unanswered from Elmhurst. Served by Casey. Overpass and then blocked. Trying to keep it alive is Larson, but nothing comes out of it. Kendall Britton on the serve. 2-time setter of the week already in CCIW play, as we're just entering it. It's pretty impressive to say you've won a position player of the week twice before conference play even begins for Britton, junior. And North Park will add on here. And they break the tie and take back the lead. Subs coming in from both sides here. Gianna Potasic in for the Blue Jays. Tessa Wabashewski in for North Park. It's gotten intense up close to the net so far. There's a two-hand smackdown there from Peyton Smith. Wabashewski on the serve. Another one of those intense balls up front. Potasic is able to pass it over. Casey with one heck of a dig. Now far side, Belfield. And now the other way. Simeona French. Oh, what a move there by Casey to keep it alive. North Park will try again. Blue Jays trail by one. Seeming to be something illegal on the set there. There's a violation, leads way back to another Elmhurst point. Evened up at 5 early on in set number 1. Clardy unleashes it to the near side. Good dig by Aviles. And it turns into a North Park point. Aviles, who now subs off and checks in with the bench. Giving credit to keeping that play alive, as Peyton Smith finished it. Casey calling for it. Off the first touch of the serve, Clardy blocked up on the far pin. Take two, also blocked. Now from the center they'll try it. And it goes too strong. Fired away by Freddie Temple. Just a tad over the line, and it's now 7-5. Temple up in front of the net. That's one heck of an assist to Keely Larson, who knew where that ball was going. Larson, who got the kill there. Service error there. Each side with a service error up to this point. Unfortunate touch there by Peyton Maroney. Second ace for North Park. Carly Simeona French on the ace. She had 12 kills last game in a 3-1 victory against Illinois College at home. And how about another one? Cameron Andrew, head coach of Elmhurst, calling in a sub. Maroney comes off. Naya Mustaukis comes in. Simeona French once again. Overpass by Belfield. Smith won't get it to go. Wabashewski with a surprise hit. And now Clardy the other way. Earns it back for Elmhurst. Just like that, we are within 2. Was a 3-0 run by the Vikings. Now Elmhurst a point away from a rebuttal 3-0 run of their own. Great serve, but Aviles taps it up. Smith blocked, but still ends up out. And North Park back in their rhythm. They will sub in 2. One of them serving. That's Dayanara Knapp Oliveira. Alongside Shemaya Collier. Vikings up by 3, and that service goes too strong. Second service error by North Park. And now Gianna Potasic, senior out of Naperville, with an error on Elmhurst's behalf. Both teams are trying to get a feel for the serves early on. That's the second service error for Elmhurst, and they're without an ace up to this point. On the other end now, it's Aviles. Temple puts it near pin. Great contact by Johnson, but nothing comes out of it. Instead, the Vikings are in the point in a fist pump from Michael Saposi. 7th year head coach of the Vikings, was an assistant coach back with North Park from 2012 to 2014. Belfield dug up by Aviles. Elmhurst on the attack once again, and Belfield has that one go out. (14-9) North Park. And we have a timeout, as Cameron Andrew uses his first of 2 per set. Carolina Aviles with already 4 digs in this set. She averages 4.43 digs a set in her career. That's 3rd in school history. And you can see her impact early on in this one as the Vikings lead by 5. Pretty even start. Elmhurst brought it up to whereas they were down 6-7, and since then North Park on a tear. 7 of the last 10 points have been theirs, as well as they have the service here. Elmhurst out of the timeout. And here we go from the right side of your screen. Aviles, a scorcher. (15-9) North Park. Not as high velocity this time, and Temple sets up her teammate just to be denied in front. Belfield can't get it to go. Temple back for Belfield. Oh my, a missile. Blue Jays in double digits after that one. You see the first attempt there, but how about that second time? You can almost see the smoke coming off of that ball. Casey served close to going out there. North Park does play it. Now here goes the rally. Belfield loads up. Now on the other end, Simeona French. Headed back the other way, it's Belfield. Rothermel just taps it over. Now Johnson near side. That ball comes right back to her. Blocked in front by Collier. Britton fires away. Temple for Johnson, well placed. Looked like she did the Michael Jordan-esque shrug after putting that one on the bullseye. Simeona French, softly over, now the other way. 16-11 lead for the Vikings. Collier had that one sent back aggressively. Now from the far pin, as Rothermel couldn't get it over. Larson. Now Wobaszewski puts it near pin. Collier couldn't get it to go. Unbelievable dig by Casey. Here they go again, and two diving Blue Jays can't make the play. A close call. Casey and Potasic right there. As you see the first desperate dig attempt by Casey, the second one just right in front of the back row. Vikings back in front by 6. Tessa Wobaszewski to serve. The Wisconsin native, as now she'll be credited with the dig there. And North Park, credit to a point. Cameron Andrew uses his final timeout of the set with still plenty to go here. 18-11. North Park with a hit percentage of .227 so far. Elmhurst just 40. And not 400, 40. A tough start out of the gate for the Blue Jays, who, as they do every year, face this team. And last year, they definitely held their own, losing 3-1. At that time, North Park was actually ranked number 12 in the nation. North Park started their last season 10-0 and finished with an overall record of 13-16. You don't see that often. Of course, you win your first 10, you're nationally ranked, not just nationally ranked, you're within the top dozen. And then from then on, they went 3-16. They lost 7 in a row right after winning 10 in a row. So you could imagine it was quite a roller coaster last year for the Vikings. And in that game against North Park, actually, the Blue Jays had more kills, assists, aces. But what killed them was their errors. They had 30 in a match. And that's what led to their ultimate defeat. Wobaszewski out of the timeout with the serve, and here we go once again. Temple, as it's tipped over by Belfield. Now Rothermel. Larson. That one trickles along the top of the net before Elmhurst tries again. Awkward bounce, gets over. Larson, sorry, that's Belfield. Sets that one up. Britton with the initial set. Temple, back for Belfield. Oh, what a dig there by Aviles. North Park keeps it alive. Endless rally here, and Larson trying to finish the job, not there. Overpassed by Wobaszewski. Now Britton keeps it alive. Another overpass from the Vikings. And Rothermel couldn't line it up. Fatigue showing at the end of that point, a long one. And Elmhurst is able to earn it. Not often you see Britton and Rothermel not in chemistry. But late in that point, they just couldn't find the tune. Rothermel out of play. Belfield skims it over the net. And that will be credited to Carly Simeona French, the Hawaiian grad student, with the kill there. 19-13 North Park. Trying to close in on this first set. Kate Freeman comes into the game for the Vikings on the serve there. And now the Vikings just 5 away. Larson had the power, just a tad left of the line. 20-13. Rough initial first touch, and nothing Johnson could do to get out of the way on the bench there. Now a 3-0 run for North Park. 4 points away from winning set number 1. Freeman beyond the line. We're far from finished, but Elmhurst is going to need one heck of a rally. Got to win 11 of the next 14 points here. Clardy from a sharp angle. And Cameron Andrew with some clear words for his Blue Jays in the huddle. Trying to hang on the ropes here. Clardy calling for it. That one rides the top of the net before falling down on the near side. Aggressive serve from Temple. North Park pass it over, giving a chance to Clardy. That hit a North Park fingertip. Blue Jays down by just 6 now. Temple out. Vikings just 2 points away from set number 1. Dayanara Knapp Oliveira, another Puerto Rican on this North Park roster, comes in to serve. And that one's out. 7th service error of this set. And Potasic will come in for the Blue Jays to try to erase any service errors on their behalf, especially at this point of the game. Whereas you cannot give 2 more to North Park or else this set's gone. Put in front by Britton for Kalia. Ends up out of play. And now Elmhurst just 5 behind. Potasic has that one go too strong. Set point here. Carolina Velez will fire it away. Elmhurst trying to hang in this game. They'll need to go on a 6-0 run. And that will not happen. An ace to finish from Aviles. And North Park takes set number 1, 25-18. Just about 3 minutes in between sets, so take a quick break while we take one here on CCIW Network.
The online ABSN nursing program allowed me a lot of flexibility in my schedule, and as an adult learner, that's important to me. One of my favorite parts of this program was the lab simulation and the clinical rotations. The preceptors we had were absolutely phenomenal role models, and those nurses took the time to walk us through the procedures, the equipment, and the nursing care that those patients needed. And we were able to see the impact of our role as nursing students affect those patients in a positive way. My classmates were phenomenal. They were absolutely fantastic, intelligent, hardworking people that brought extremely variable experience to the table. We really bonded as a group, and we made some very close friendships. My professors and preceptors have helped me identify my strengths and where I would be a good fit in the nursing profession, because there's so many possibilities in nursing. The impact I hope to have as a nurse is to educate my patients on how to be healthy and help them manage their chronic illnesses or even prevent those illnesses from occurring. Nursing is definitely a calling, because nursing is a healing profession. Nurses make the special connection with their patients in order to support them through some of the most difficult times of their life. I believe that we are lifetime learners. We need to be learning constantly. And as nurses, we need to be learning because we need to update our knowledge continuously and bring our best foot forward for the benefit of our patients.
Happy to have you back here on CCIW Network. Set 2 just moments from being underway here at R.A. Fagnall Hall in Elmhurst, Illinois. The Blue Jays do drop set number 1, and North Park is out in front early. Vikings trying to continue their 4-game winning streak, where they went 4-0 at the Windy City Invite. They had 4 players on their all-tournament team there: Hayes, Britton, Rothermel, and Avilas. Blue Jays, meanwhile, coming off of the Lake Forest Triangular, where they swept Benedictine and the host, Lake Forest. 4 of those 6 sets they won were by 7 or more points. Just pure domination this past weekend from Elmhurst, but not so far here. Collier on the killing attempt goes out, and Elmhurst opens up with the first point of the second set this time around. Britton for Collier, and that time they connect. Quick attack there from North Park off the opening serve, and they have things evened up. It's Britton, who got the assist there, serves it away. Johnson fires. Oh, what a dig there. Nap Oliveira with a sensational dig. But still, Elmhurst prevails. Belfield got it down. First kill of this game for Belfield, who has gotten a lot of touches. And here she goes again, this time blocked. Credit that one to Carly Simeona French. Johnson will come out. And Peyton Maroney, sophomore from Michigan, comes in. Lobaszewski to serve. Freshman who gets a lot of involvement on this roster. Britton sets up Simeona French. Won't work there. Now Belfield. Elmhurst gets a second chance. And that one attempted by Larson, kept up by Smith, who will now send it to the other side. Steady battle here. And Belfield earns the point. And pure confusion here from Michael Saposi with the palms up. Now Carolina Aviles will have a quick discussion with this near side official. And now Coach Saposi says, all right, whatever, we'll get it back. Earned his 100th win as a coach just 12 days ago. Congrats to him. North Park program. Smith, kept up by Casey. Here comes Larson, right in the back corner. There was nobody within a few feet of that ball. Well done by Keely Larson. Third kill of this game for Keely. Tied for the most so far with Clardy. Britton for Rothermel. Casey keeps it up. And Clardy got it over, but not for long. Heroic effort, but Meg Rothermel spoils the party. Get a look. An unbelievable pancake, and then, well, right back at you. Very interesting. A timeout by Elmhurst here. They are up 4-3. You typically never see a timeout this early unless one team's out in front by 4 or 5 early on. We've got a 1-point game, and it's actually the Blue Jays in front. Must be Coach Andrew and his staff. Assistant coaches Sarah Lychak and Anastasia Labadesa. They must have seen something to execute on against the stout Vikings on the floor. So Elmhurst already has used 3 timeouts, and North Park, and Michael Saposi, yet to pull the trigger on one through this entire match. And Clardy, full power there, 5-3 Elmhurst. Larson, just barely out. Gotta take a look at that one. Looked like it from here, and I think the camera angle proves it as well. Just rolls over. And now North Park can equalize set number 2 with a point here. Casey sets up Clardy. He'll try again. Blocked again. Third time's a charm. Belfield. Kept up by Aviles. And now Smith has that one blocked. Temple, quick reaction time. Keep things alive, and Clardy gets it off Britton. Elmhurst presents a tied-up ball game, and now they lead by 2. Freddie Temples jotted down for the first service error of set number 2. And the Vikings lining up to substitute 2 players in. $11 different Vikings on the floor so far in this match. Dayanara Oliviero, who started this game, is back in. And oh my goodness, Ashley Clardy. A heat-seeking missile. (7-5) Potasic on the serve. Britton, setter of the week, had the set, but the attack does not work. Collier on the try. So we've seen a lot go out beyond the back line so far today. Britton for Collier. They get it in play that time, but not down for a point. Instead, it's lightly touched over by Belfield. Third kill of the night for the freshman. And now finally, for the first time in this match, North Park uses a timeout. Not a lead change in this game so far. The team that has gotten out first tends to win, and that was North Park in the first set, Elmhurst so far in the second. 7 kills in the second set for Elmhurst compared to their first set 8. They've definitely upped it on the attacking end so far. And you'd have to say that early timeout from Cameron Andrew has definitely paid off. They called that timeout up 4-3, although it was a Viking serve, and they have just prevailed on from there. A 5-2 run out of that timeout, and they're currently on a 3-0 run. Can they keep it going is the question. Seen a lot of 3-0 runs early on, but team struggling to get on runs of a larger number. Overpass, leading to an easy kill. Belfield slams it down. You see there, all the North Park moving up towards the net, kind of just instinct reaction and nobody to cover the back. And it's now a 4-0 run. This looks much more organized, and they earn the point. Simeona French with the keep. Collier has it blocked, and a whistle stops play as Elmhurst gets it off a violation. North Park does scratch back with one of their own there. Well done by Meg Rothermel. From the far side, Johnson. And once again, another mid-play stop and another violation. Collier calling for it once again. Off the fingertips of two Blue Jays. Vikings down by just 4 now, and here comes the two subs, Smith and Wobaszewski. Casey accidentally had that set go over, but Elmhurst is going to get the point here, and some major confusion from North Park. A little bit startled by that call, wondering if Carly Simeona French just happened to hit the net there. Here goes North Park again. Smith punches it out of play. Bellfield's serve is dug up, and there is that typical Aviles-Britton-Rothermel connection. Three of the 4 players from the Windy City Invitational All-Tournament team connecting right there. They bring the Vikings back within 5. Freeman serving. As she comes back into the game, Clardy puts it right at Freeman, and oh my, it's kept up by Smith, but it flutters out. Last chance effort by Peyton Smith, not giving up on the play. You'll see it here. It comes right into the net. She punches it over, but Elmhurst intelligently lets it fall just beyond the line. Michael Saposi will use his final timeout. North Park down by 6. It's very hot in here. I don't know, not like this last time I was here. I feel bad for my producer, Greg Rosso, who's got to put this headset back in the bag. Might got to get some disinfectant wipes, all that good stuff. Steamy and humid inside Faginal Hall, and I wonder how much of an impact that's going to make in the later goings of this game. I'm sure if I can feel it here from standing, moving around on that court endlessly, it's probably doubled or tripled. So maybe I should stop complaining, but North Park, who called the timeout, is quickly out of the huddle. Meanwhile, Elmhurst now finally out of theirs. Blue Jays out in front by 6, trying to tie things up at 1 set to 1 set. It is Elmhurst on the serve. Keely Larson into the net. That is the 7th service error by the Blue Jays today. They are yet to find an ace. Not how Casey expected to play it. Took an unfortunate hop off the net, but stays alive. And Elmhurst comes away with it. No, they're pointing in the direction of the Vikings. What happened here? You see there, all the hands up of the Blue Jays. Oh, we won the point. But North Park in the end gets it, and they only trail by 4 now. Casey sets it out in front. Now to the near side, Clardy. Had that one blocked, and here they go again. Belfield right up to the top. Temple on the attempted assist, and now diving in front of the Elmhurst bench was Peyton Maroney. Couldn't do much about that one. Not bad reaction time from Maroney there, just so much space to cover. And to try to windmill that back into play would have been difficult. North Park on a 3-0 run. Called that timeout down 6, they're down 3. Casey trampling over the chairs, tried to keep it alive, and Maroney went way back beyond the back court to try herself. It was a chaotic scene there, as you see here on the replay. And now Andrew will use his final timeout. So 15-13, and now both teams will be out without a timeout. Some big news over this past week in the CCIW. Of course, if you're familiar with the NACC, Concordia University, Wisconsin is finalizing to become a member of the CCIW starting 2027-2028. So the Falcons will be the 10th official member, already 9 here in the CCIW. Augustana, Carroll, Carthage, Elmhurst, Wesleyan, Milliken, North Central, North Park, and Wheaton will have a new guest coming in the coming years. Of course, it's not right away, but exciting news for the conference. I'm sure every conference would rather have 10 than 9. Just my guess. So North Park has climbed back on a 4-0 run here, causing Cameron Andrew, head coach of the Blue Jays, to use his final timeout. Both teams are without theirs now. And just like that, the Vikings are 1 point away from tying it up. Rihanna Hayes started this game, did not get a lot of touches, but so far in this set, she has been seen a lot more. And she finds her 3rd kill of the night there. Elmhurst looking for an answer. Clardy gets it. They break up the 5-0 run from North Park. Service error by Elmhurst, 8th of the game. And then a service error on the other end. Now 14 total errors and only 7 aces coming from one side. We'll see if Gianna Potasic has anything to say about that. North Park has been really good on receiving the serve today. And there they go again. Britton for Collier. Back set, and Johnson denied on the far pin. Not this time. Second try goes. Blair Johnson with her 5th kill there. She's also got a dig and a block. Britton just slides it over. And now here's Johnson unwinding. Last 2 points have been kills by Blair Johnson. Junior out of Litchfield, Illinois. Had 152 kills as a sophomore last season. Error by Potasic on the serve. (1916) North Park trying to crawl back. Potasic puts it high, it hits off the ceiling. It is ruled playable, and Casey is able to get it over, but now they have to defend the attack. Collier gets it down. North Park back within a pair. Far from finished in the second set. Blair Johnson is trying to part away from North Park here. Has she been crucial in the late goings of the second set? She has accounted for the last 3 points for Elmhurst, all on kills. Collier trying to find another one of her own, but it's deemed out. Would have been 7th kill of the game for Collier, but not there. 21-17, Elmhurst trying to even up this series. Britton sets up Rothermel. Good luck stopping that. There's a reason Kendall Britton has already been setter of the week twice this season. Larson desperately got it over. That was a rough pass from Temple, but it panned out. They'll connect again, but won't earn the point. We've got a rally going here. From the far pin, Johnson dug up in the air by Aviles, and now Collier has it blocked. Blue Jays just 3 away. What a point to be earned there. Elmhurst sideline was fired up. A surprise shove by North Park was kept alive. Potasic. Temple gets it across. What an assist to Belfield. That is quite some ground to cover, as you see there from Freddie Temple. Puts it on a platter for her teammate Paige Belfield, who has looked real impressive in this one. Aviles while backpedaling with the dig. 23-18. Johnson, number 23. Couldn't get that down. It's off the netting. Coming back to the back line. North Park keeps it alive. Now Larson. Set point for Elmhurst. Larson on the kill there. Now it is Blair Johnson on the serve. Rothermel. Oh my, what a play. Accidentally overpassed, but kept alive by Casey. We will still keep going in this second set nonetheless. North Park with the point. They're going to sub in 2. Blair Johnson comes out. Johnson, the Elmhurst Volleyball Athlete of the Week. Announced just a few days ago. She had a hit percentage of 404. In the matches against Illinois Tech, Rhodes, and the weekend opponents of Benedictine and Lake Forest. Britton, near side. That's off of Elmhurst last. Far from done. North Park just needs 4 in a row. Keep this alive. Obashevsky gets it over on the initial serve, but Larson wins set 2 for Elmhurst. Larson with kill number 5 there. Puts it where nobody was. And after North Park won the first set, 25-18, Elmhurst takes set number 2, 25-20. We'll be right back here.
STEM stands for the promotion of underrepresented minorities in academic STEM. It's an alliance of 7 liberal arts colleges in the Chicago area and the College of DuPage. It really helps build the foundation of skills needed. As a scientist, we work on networking, we work on presentation, we work on interacting with the community. We provide skills with how to do basic research, what kind of basic research is available. And in the process of helping these students get STEM degrees, we're not just helping them achieve their educational goals, we're also helping advance the scientific fields that they study.
I worked on testing lithium-ion batteries with the focus on electric vehicles. Being a physics major, someone like me didn't really know what you can do with that major. I didn't know that you can go out and work on something like batteries and do research there and be able to see how they work and how you can improve them.
I'm working on research for C. diff within a long-term care facility. I didn't know how math was applicable in the real world. We see it in a healthcare setting, and math is extremely important in order to help save lives.
My research specifically was studying the ecology of the common snapper turtles. I thought it was it'd be a good opportunity to kind of get out there and do some research, which is kind of what I wanted to do. And I also thought it'd just be cool.
It's not overwhelming. You have other people to guide you and help you along the way, as well as you can get a glimpse of what school later on or work that you may want to do later on.
This research paved the way for me to consider grad school.
Through Puma STEM, I'm able to travel and show other people my research. Maybe they can then take my research and expand on it as well.
The coolest thing about Puma STEM to me is seeing that it's not just old white guys doing research. It's women, people of color. It's cool to see we're here too.
Back to square one for set number 3, having both teams each 1 apiece through the first 2 here on CCIW Network. Welcome back into this broadcast here. Greg Rossel, our producer. My name is Luke Jordan. As Elmhurst trying to turn what was a 1-set-to-none trail into potentially 2 in a row, and what now becomes a best of 3. So it's just like the good old days in high school. A 3-set match at this point. Potasic opens up with the serve for Elmhurst. Blue Jays on the left side, North Park on the right side. Yes, they are both wearing white. Collier, nothing to go there. Temple now, and here comes Belfield. They'll retry. Bumped up high, Belfield gets it down. Tipped out in front by either Collier or Britain. Either way, Blue Jays open up with the point. A small sample, but the team that has scored first in each set has been the winner. Blue Jays will take that as a sign. Britain sets it over. And now Johnson. Oh my, a missile. Far pin side, and boy, did that one travel. Potasic serve to the back row. Collier out of play. Elmhurst opens up with still to serve and a 3-0 lead. Collier trying to find the first for North Park. Instead, now here comes Blair Johnson. That same spot she just got a kill in. Not that time, they have it covered. And Collier is able to earn the first point of the third set for North Park. Smacked over by Mustaukis. And North Park winning a 50-50 ball up at the top. It was Belfield who pushed it over, but it did not stay in. Avila's right into the net. Mustaukis comes back out. Keely Larson back into the game. For the Blue Jays on the season, entering this game, Keely Larson and Ashley Clardy at the top of the leaderboard in kills. Unbelievable dig there to keep this play alive. Belfield blocked though. How about a second try? While backpedaling gets it down, but it was kept up by North Park. Now Belfield with a dig. Johnson from the near pin gets it to go. Action-packed point, and Elmhurst draws a timeout from the Vikings. Kind of see the reaction at the end of that point for Elmhurst. Hands up, as in, thank God. That one a tiring point, you needed it. You already burned one of the timeouts for North Park. A lot of deja vu early on. Elmhurst out to an early start, but even earlier this time. It was 4-3 in set number 2 when the first timeout was called. Already 5-2. And from then on, the Blue Jays grew even bigger. The Wednesday night here at Elmhurst before the Elmhurst University Invitational coming up this weekend. One heck of a serve by Casey. That's about as close to the first ace as you can get for Elmhurst. Temple sets up Belfield. Did that hit a fingertip? Yes, it did. Here's what the near side official motions look to have just gotten a piece of Britain. Three-0 run now for the Blue Jays, and Casey with the first ace of this match for Elmhurst. It comes in the third set. And perhaps that's the spark or the domino effect that can start many. 7-2 lead. Casey once again close to an ace that time. Her last 3 attempts, really. And now Johnson unwinds. Delay here, hold on. Blue Jays point. Assumed it was Elmhurst point, but the officials kind of stared at each other for quite a while. They were also concerned on the well-being there of Shemaya Collier. A big piece for North Park. She's got 8 kills that leads the Vikings in this game, and she comes out for now. Kind of lunging a little bit. Seems a little hurt, but hoping she can play on it as Larson unwinds and earns the point there. 6-0 run for Elmhurst. It was 3-2 at one point. Casey will just keep serving. Britton back to the near side, setting up what will be a hard attack from Elmhurst. They gave them too much time and they capitalize. North Park struggling with getting it over the net so far in set number 3. And that is Michael Saposi's last time out of the 3rd set. It is 10-2. As we mentioned, the Elmhurst University Invitational starts Friday afternoon, will go until Saturday night. It is Elmhurst Family Weekend. Schedule starts with Olivet versus Aurora at 12:30 on Friday. And then Olivet will turn right into another one, take on Lawrence. And then to close out that Friday, it is Aurora and Elmhurst. Then the Blue Jays play 2 games on Saturday. They open up with the first one at 10 a.m. against the University of Olivet. And then Aurora will take on Manchester. Manchester will take on Lawrence. Those games 12:30 and 3. And then the closing game of the Invitational, Elmhurst versus Lawrence. 5:30 p.m. All these games can be found on CCIW Network. We hope to have you here. As we are ready to go in the midst of set number 3, 10-2 Elmhurst. Larson has it blocked down. They'll try again. Belfield just touches it over. Britton sets up Rothermel. She got stonewalled. Nothing much out of the attack attempt there from Johnson. Back and forth we go. Could this be the finisher? Belfield to the back row, kept up. Britton bumps it back, and Aviles just taps it over. Belfield winds up. And they're saying, I think Belfield touched the net. It's ruled an attacking error by Paige Belfield. And North Park breaks up the 7-0 scoring run. But they'll get one right back. That didn't take long. (11-3). The 4 and 7 Blue Jays out in front in the middle set against the 10 and 2 Vikings of North Park. Belfield. Now the other way, Simeona French. Thought that could have been the deal breaker, I guess not. Blue Jays will set it up again. Larson comes to the right. Oh, what a dig there. Falling back was Aviles. And this point stays alive. Surprise attack catches. Freddie Temple comes out of nowhere with the kill. First of the game for Freddie Temple. The starting footwork made it look like she was going to set it like she always does, and she just shocks North Park. And now it's another ace for Elmhurst. Came into this set with none, and now they have 2. 8-1 run. No, pardon me, that's a 10-1 run. My goodness. And 3 in a row for the Blue Jays. Awkward silence here. Seemed to have been some sort of explanation to the scorer's table. And we're back underway. Blue Jays by 10. Now just 9. As the Vikings will have the tough task of clawing back in this far-parted third set. Temple for Belfield. Another dig there by Aviles, but it ends up an attacking error by North Park. Vikings down 10. They are out of timeouts in this third set. And now, with the ace from Paige Belfield, who has just about been effective everywhere tonight. It is the largest lead from either side today at 11. Diving effort, great work by Wobaszewski. But now they have to defend the attack, and Clardy was denied. Error there, as that was Maroney who lost her balance just a tad. She might have collided a tiny bit with Keely Larson. Yeah, that is exactly what happened. And you could see Cameron Andrew just kind of, what just happened? Don't see that type of error often. Clardy blocked. And Simeona French tried to tap it back down, but Blue Jays keep it in the air. Now Collier, who is back into the game. Clardy blocked. We're still going on this far pin. Simeona French now from the other side. Now it's the Blue Jays' turn to block. But Peyton Smith saw open space on the far side and taps it down as the Vikings within 9. (15-6). Temple for Clardy. Not how she planned it. All it takes is one to get the ball rolling. Blue Jay faithful making plenty of noise though here on this near side. Clardy with the kill. How's that for kill number 9? 3 Blue Jays with 9. Clardy, Belfield, and Johnson. Tallying together 27 of the 35 kills from the Blue Jays in this match. Clardy loads up. Off the fingertips, comes to the back line. Now Britton sets up Simeona French as she punches that out of play. A tad too strong there. Larson sends a missile And then a surprise set over the net by Temple. Temple now sets up Clardy far side, and North Park just maintaining to keep the ball up every time. Perseverance on the defensive end results in that. Simeona French on the service, and the other number 17, Peyton Maroney, had some trouble with that ball. Just did not come off her hands the way she intended. And she immediately comes in that huddle, says, that's my bad. 17-9, still the Blue Jays out in front, but North Park has not heard a bell. That is for sure. Clardy back up to a 9-point lead. Maroney comes out, Johnson in. Freddie Temple, sophomore setter from Las Vegas. One heck of a serve there. Smith. Now Clardy once again. She's been utilized plenty, and a desperate save there by Wabashewski as the Vikings able to get it to the other side. Not for long. Johnson on the kill. Avila's not known to not be able to dig on a chance like that, but when it's coming at you that fast, not easy to handle. She handles this one. Britton will set it once again now. Smith. Clardy tried to pancake it. Still a 9-point game. It's been exactly what you've wanted if you're Elmhurst. You're just going back and forth here, but as soon as North Park gets one or two, they immediately shut the door and earn the serve back. On the North Park end, there goes Smith with it. Moving over to it, Johnson just lightly taps it over. Blue Jays with double what the Vikings have, 20-10. Attempt by Cassidy Mullins there, California native, to try to hop it over. Did not pan out. 21-10. This has been the most lopsided set so far, but I will say over and over again at the end of every set, nothing's over until it's deemed over. North Park would need one heck of a run, though. They need to win 14 of the next 17. It's not easy. Johnson. Unbelievable dig by Avilas. And is Elmhurst with the point. North Park did celebrate. Maya Welsman thought that one dropped in play, but not there. 22-11. And it's number 22, Alexis Casey with the serve. Senior out of Woodridge with an ace of her own. Second ace of the night for Alexis Casey. Second of the set, and fourth for the Blue Jays as a whole. All four of those aces have come in this third set where they have just dominated. It's been definitely one of the deal breakers. Rothermel. Casey sets up Belfield. Watch out. North Park won the opening set 25-18. Blue Jays won the second 25-20. Elmhurst is going to try to close this set on a 4-0 run. Not without a fight. Rothermel surprised Johnson, but she keeps it alive. Now Belfield finishes the job, and the Blue Jays have won 2 sets in a row and are 1 away from knocking down the Vikings. Still plenty more action coming forth on CCIW Network. We'll see you back in 2 minutes and 50 seconds.
Professor Cunningham said, I think I have a really, really good culmination of what your interests are. And here, I am this 23-year-old saying, I have no idea what I want to do. I think I want to do this. Here are my interests. This is what I thought. Now, truly being a concentration in market research, it's everything that I aspired to and everything that I wanted. And the idea of market research is something that I didn't really think I would be interested in, and all of a sudden I'm in this concentration and in this program and I'm in love. My professors that I have here in my program are saying, if your company now values you, just wait until after you have your MBA and after you go through the full program. I had never taken any business classes as a Bachelor of Science major in biology. I never took an accounting class. I had never taken anything that would have gotten me to where I am now, where I'm able to speak with knowledge about things about our own growing firm, also talk about our competition in our industry, and talk about how we can expand and become better. There's absolutely no way I would be able to do what I'm doing now without this program.
Being a military-friendly school was a big part of why I selected Elmhurst.
Military benefits actually helped me completely with my education, as I wouldn't have gone back to school if it hadn't been for the military benefits.
By being able to use the GI Bill at Elmhurst, I was able to really just focus on my education and doing well in the program versus having to worry about the financial aspect of paying for school.
It was seamless and easy to process. They also are part of the Yellow Ribbon program, which helped make up the difference for the cost that the GI Bill did not.
Welcome back to R.A. Fagenal Hall, athletic home of the Elmhurst Bluejays, who now take a 2-1 lead, entering the fourth. As after they had lost the first one 25-18, they have bounced back, outscoring North Park over the last 2 sets 50-31. And that is a big part thanks to the 3-headed dragon that is known as Paige Belfield, Blair Johnson, and Ashley Clardy. Belfield and Johnson with 11 kills, Ashley Clardy with 10. Keely Larson not far behind them with 7 as well. 15 kills in that last set for the Blue Jays. But every set is a fresh restart, and that's what North Park needs. Team who has won the first point of each set has won it. Not going to mean that they will win it, but definitely helps their odds here. So let's see who gets it. Collier, that one trickles over, kept alive by Casey. Belfield down with the point. It's a good sign for Elmhurst, but still 24 more points to go. The kill by Belfield now out in front with the outright lead for kills with 12 in this game. Rothermel. Great work by Potasic, now a 50-50 up at the net. A reset for the Blue Jays, and Johnson has just been a pure sniper today. Finds where the Vikings aren't. And now it'll be an ace. Alexis Casey has been sensational on the defensive aspect alongside serving. That was her third ace right there. The Blue Jays 5 as a whole. Casey with 15 digs in this match. Avila sets up Collier. Potasic punches it right to this near pin, and Elmhurst just unprepared for it. Here goes Johnson once again. Now Johnson's out in front with the lead. 4 kills with 13 after that one. She's up to a hit percentage of 500 now. That is unreal. Blue Jays as a whole hit percentage of 311. But this time North Park cashes. Collier with her 10th kill. She's the only Viking with more than 6. She's had a lot of attempts on the attack, a hit percentage of just 91. But I'm sure we'll see her plenty more involved here. Oh, wow. Unbelievable from Aviles, but in the end, Smith could not punch it over. That would have been quite the impossible angle to do such. The effort was there. 5-2 Blue Jays lead. Belfield on a serve, too strong. Vikings within a pair. North Park on the verge of having their 4-game winning streak broken. Their only losses all season have come on the same day, September 6th. Other than that day, they've been perfect. And Smith out of play. Attacking error for North Park. Their 16th of the match. And now an error. Points are being traded quickly here so far in this 4th set. Not a lot of, or really not any long rallies so far. We only have played 10 points. And here we go on the 11th. Maroney for Temple for Clardy. Simple as that. 7-4. Still no timeout used from either side up to this point. We saw a lot of early timeouts in the first 3 sets. Nothing here. We're 11 points through. Temple. And North Park does win one back. In to serve now, Dinar Knapp Oliveira. Sophomore from Rio Grande, Puerto Rico. fires away. Johnson nearly placed it perfectly. They'll get a retry. Clardy. Good keep. And App Oliveira. Casey sets up Johnson. Aviles. Now eventually touched last by Hayes. Clardy on the other end. Oh, what a pancake! That was about as perfect as one gets there from Simeona French. And now Aviles keeps it up. Hayes just barely out. What a point that was. Just as I said, we haven't had any intense long rallies. I'll eat my words on that one. That was a cinematic one. And really one of the nicer pancake attempts I've ever seen from Carly Simeona French. But in the end, Elmhurst runs away with a tiring point and lead by 3. Aviles sets it to the back row. Interesting way of attack, and Michael Saposi's laughing and grinning. I don't know if it's how he drew it up, but if it was, that is just simply creative from the 7th-year head coach. (8-6) Elmhurst, both teams in their CCIW opener. Johnson adds on. It's 9-6. Last year, Elmhurst 2-6 in CCIW play. That was tied for 6 out of 8. North Park smack dab in the middle at 4-4. North Park won 3-1 last year against Elmhurst, and now the Blue Jays trying to serve that platter right back to them here in 2025. Backpedaling as Belfield on the killing attempt won't go. And great work by Shemaya Collier. 6'1" senior out of Orlando, Florida. She has utilized her power tonight. Kill number 11. Sent away by Kendall Britton, and a rare service error from her. Or no, sorry. So they did deem that in. Pardon me. That's on my end. Johnson, that one out. I could see that one. And that will draw a timeout from Cameron Andrew as North Park now on a 3-0 run. They will not go out without a fight. Have been down by 3 numerous times in the early goings of set number 4, and they have now battled back with 3 in a row. Their 3 recent points, a kill by Collier, then an ace by Kendall Britton, and then an attacking error by Blair Johnson. Looking through the team stats, not a lot of distant numbers. A lot of the same from each side, but want to know what intrigues me the most? We've had 6 total ties in this match. We have not had one lead we have not had one lead change. So the team that has gotten out in front to start has never given it away. And that's not even like set point, like to win the set. That is the entire time. And now we finally have the first lead change of the match. Talk about summoning it. And North Park is out in front for the first time since the first set. Now a 4-0 run. How this game can turn around. 5 in a row for the Vikings. Blue Jays bench trying to make some noise. Casey high in the air. Johnson, what a defensive effort. Giving a second chance to Elmhurst and they can't catch. Sensational dig there by Aviles. Her 15th dig of tonight, tied for the most with the other DS in Casey. And North Park is on a tear, 7 in a row. And all the Blue Jays can do is burn another timeout. Safe to say North Park wants a 5th set. And potentially the win after that. A lot of recent success from North Park. 2022 and 2023 CCIW tournament champions. And of course, when you win the conference, you get to appear in the NCAA tournament. So they've done those 2 of the last 3 years. Just not in 2024. Program's been around since 1972 for both sides, both being founded the same year. It only took Elmhurst 11 years to win their first national championship, and then they went 2 years and won again in 1985. It was quite the time for the volleyball program back then. Even runner-ups nationally in 1987. (13-9) North Park leads. Kendall Britton on the serve. Elmhurst is now without any of their timeouts for the remainder of this set. Britton puts it across for Collier. Took an awkward bounce off the top of the net. Kept alive. And Johnson pokes it out of play. She was wondering if it happened to hit a Viking on the way there. The officials deem that is not the case. And yeah, that's what it looked like. Belfield has it blocked. And North Park will tap it over. Simeona French getting it done there. 15-9. This has become sensational. It's 9 in a row for North Park. Looked to have been a rotational fault there. Only thing I could imagine. So now 16-9. 16-10. Aviles has to track over to the near side. Keeps it in play to Simeona French, but that ends up out. And now the Blue Jays saying it's my turn to come back and create a run of our own. It was 9 in a row from North Park. Now 2 in a row from Elmhurst. Collier from the far pin. They've got one more touch left, and it's Collier that gets it over. Temple tracks across towards the net. Collier from the other side, right into the net. You can tell she's frustrated about that one. And now a timeout from Michael Saposi. He's saying a 3-0 run is enough. to use one of his 2. Well, we've talked about the Elmhurst schedule in the future. Let's look at North Park, who actually turns around and goes to Lyle tomorrow to take on Benedictine. 7 p.m. on the road. And then after that, they have the Calvin invite. 2 matches on Saturday in Grand Rapids, Michigan. 1 against Heidelberg University and 1 against Cornell College, who will make the trek all the way from Iowa for that one. And then it's a heavy handful of CCIW play after that. 3 of their next 4 are conference play. Then a break from the CCIW. They play a lot of non-conference games. Johnson into the net off the timeout. That ends the 3-0 run. If we do need a 5th set, it will just be 15 instead of the 25 as the score to achieve. But first, we got to see if we get there. Tessa Wabashewski on the serve. Casey bumps it out in front, and it has to be set over by Temple. Setting up a chance for Rothermel. Casey on the move, kept it alive, but only for the time being. One heck of an effort. Can't deny that. Wabashewski on the serve once again. Quick attack, and Larson has it dug out of thin air by Aviles. Larson again, dug by Aviles again. Can it turn into a North Park point there? Not there. Larson now angles on it and gets the point. Intense one there. Two impressive digs from Carolina Aviles, who is now up to a total of 16 in this game. They'll set up Simeona French, and that was pummeled into the back row. Get a radar gun out for that one. And on the fall there, Paige Belfield has not gotten up. She will be helped off. Now, as an announcer, they tell you never to speculate, but I can tell you what I saw. And I'm pretty sure Paige Belfield's left knee just happened to slam against the floor there. Because at first it was definitely drawing some wonder, is it non-contact, which is always a concern, but I think she just might have bruised it, which still hurts really bad. And that one will hurt North Park. They have an error. So we'll keep an eye on Belfield. She's getting checked by the trainer right now. Seems to be in good spirits. Aviles to the near pin, Simeona French. Tapped up in the air by Larson. Temple calls for it. And there goes Clardy, but it is out of play. 20-14. Carly Simeona French, the Hawaiian. Casey just has to bump it over. Britton for Hayes, denied. Now Smith Kept up by Clardy. She'll get a give and go, put it off the net. It was just over the top of it. Hit the palm of Britton, came back down. And I honestly just completely apologize for my lack of vision there. Could tell you that one's out though. And now the Vikings just 4 points away from winning set number 4. And of course, forcing a 5th. They'll shuffle it up big time here. 3 substitutions between 1 point. Nap Oliveira, Puerto Rican sophomore. With the serve. Temple for Johnson. It's close to an overpass. It's a tough position, but Hayes puts it down. That was not easy. Britton has to reach over, and it was just placed perfectly. Now a 7-point lead. Just 6. Nap Oliveira cannot get it to curl over. So the Blue Jays down 16-22. Gianna Potasic. Britton all the way across for Collier. Nice work there by Potasic to keep it alive. Now Casey puts it across. Temple for Johnson. Softly hit. Vikings just 2 away. Created the first lead change of this entire match here in the 4th set and then never looked back. 23-16. Johnson. Aviles finds Britton, who finds Rothermel. Now the other way, Mustaukis denied. Britton gets it down. It stays in play. Potasic. And a tough spot to be put in for Antriana Larku. Had to go crossbody there. And nothing comes out of it. North Park leads 24-16 in a set that they once trailed 9-6. Collier, a whistle stops that. Saposi has his palms up. He's like, not sure what to think of that call on the left end, as he'll talk with the far side official. Gets an explanation, nods his head, and now Elmhurst comes together in a quick huddle, while Aviles talks to the to the near side official, pardon me. Almost worked as a quick timeout there for Elmhurst. They cannot sacrifice a single point. Casey on the serve, does her job. Britton for Collier, and that is deemed in. We are going to a 5th set. Let's get another look at that one. Oh, that is in. Right in front of the line. North Park was down 3-0. They were down 5-2. They were down 7-4, 8-5. They were down 9-6. Didn't matter. From then on, they went on a tear. After down 9-6, they had that sensational 9-0 run. And from there, it was just about even, which is all they needed. So we go to a 5th set here. Not sure if they have brought together captains for a coin flip yet. You can see one of the North Park bench players fanning a clipboard, I think. It is hot in here. And these players are getting pushed to the limit, having to play a 5th set. North Park won set number 1 and set number 4, 25-18, 25-17. Elmhurst winning the in-betweens, 25-20 and 25-11. Last time the Blue Jays went to a 5th set, it was probably one of the more bizarre things that I or anybody else here inside this building has ever seen. It was a neck-and-neck game between Elmhurst and Illinois Tech. They went into that 5th set. Illinois Tech won it 15-0. I've never seen the like, and I wouldn't expect the same here. Very rare you see something like that. I never thought I'd have to use the term shutout in a volleyball broadcast, but that's what it came to last time around. So the Blue Jays will try to flip the script and recover. They will start on the same sides that they started the 4th set on, but then halfway through the 5th they will swap. Michael Saposi with some last words of advice for his lead attacker, Shemaya Collier, who's been dominant today, 12 kills, out in front of the rest of the pack on the North Park side. On the other end, 12 kills from Belfield, 12 from Clardy, 15 from Johnson. And keeping an update on Belfield, she is still sitting on the bench as of right now. Cannot guarantee she'll come back in this game. Her left knee pad is rolled all the way down to her ankle. Anxious clapter. As we embark on a 5th set here in Elmhurst. Blue Jays and Vikings. Only one team will open up their CCIW play with a victory. Hayes earns the opening point. Aviles with the serve. 33 aces on the season for her. That is the most on the team. There's a reason they go to her there. Britton across the Collier. That was blocked, but it ends up out. 2-0. Aviles. Temple sets up Clardy. Oh, what an unbelievable keep by Nap Oliveira. Collier kept alive. It's an overpass, though, setting up a clear attack from the Vikings, and it's Rothermel. Cameron Andrew calling for timeout. He'll use his first of 2. Shorter set, but you still get the same number of timeouts. And that one probably much needed. North Park will come out of this timeout with the serve. They have 13 aces to the Blue Jays 5. Aviles has been a big piece of that. 3-0 North Park in set number 5. Clardy. Overpass out of bounds. Over their last 2 fifth sets, the Blue Jays allowed 18 consecutive, but now they break out of that and get their first. Could it domino into more? That's one heck of a start. Larson with a high serve that could not be played ahead by Simeona French. Now we're just 1 point apart. Not anymore. There was heat on that one, but it does not elevate over the net. 4-2. They'll go from Aviles to Britton in the serving order. Barku puts it near side. Casey calling for it, just has to bump it. Now Rothermel unloads. Oh, what an unbelievable dig there from Maroney. And once again, they have to prepare for another attack. And that time it pans out for North Park. 5-2. Temple over for Clardy. Aviles keeps it up. There goes Simeona French with it. This one towards the bench and a miscommunication. Maroney and Temple, 16 and 17. They thought each other were going to get it. Just like that, it's 6-2. Now 6-3. 9th service error of the night for North Park. Elmhurst has had 16 errors on the serve today. Temple trying to keep it that way. And she does. Britton for Collier. Tough position, but she still gets it down. That is not easy. That is well beyond the pin. And she just sneaks it inside. Vikings up by 4 in a shortened set. Obashevsky on the serve, and there goes Johnson. Blocked, but out. Potasic will come in. Clardy will come out for the purpose of the serve. Jays down by just 3. Britton across Simeona French, out of play. Just 2 points between these two now. Potasic serves to the far side. Britton puts it up high for Simeona French. She's now in the double digits for killing. 10 for her, 13 for Collier, and we will swap sides now that a team has achieved 8 points. North Park serve, they bring Freeman off the bench to do such. Sophomore, very close to stepping over the service line there. Larku. Now Britton for Hayes. Hayes has not gotten a ton of attacking chances, but when she does, she has been efficient. Highest hit percentage on this team with her 7th kill there. Larku earns the point that time around. Mostaukis out, Larson in. On the other end, Avila's in. As North Park gets ready to defend the serve from Casey. Could not do so efficiently. Second ace of this 5th set for Elmhurst. Winding one up was Hayes. She has been utilized in this 5th set, and she is fired up. Hit percentage increases to .417 on tonight's match with that one from Hayes. Temple for Larson, too hot to handle. Back and forth we go, but Elmhurst can't settle for that at this point of the game. Gotta go on some sort of run here. Tiziana Balestra, the Venezuelan, comes in for North Park. Hayes, meanwhile, once again. Rihanna Hayes with yet another. An 11-8. North Park just 4 away. But now Elmhurst just 6 away. 11-9 North Park. Elmhurst has the serve down 2. On Triana Larku. With the serve, tips over the net, and Britton with the surprise hit. Cameron Andrews still has that extra timeout if he wants to use it. I would imagine if North Park gets this point, that would be summoned. Coming over to track it down is Temple. Maroney forks it over the net. Britton for Rothenberg, right towards us. Meg Rothermel with the kill there. It's 13-9. Cameron Andrew talking with the official, and now he uses the timeout. You knew it was coming. Vikings just 2 away from coming back from a 2-1 deficit here on the road and extending their record to 11-2. They have been great in the start of the season the past 2 years. 10-0 to start last year. 10-2 to start right now. Potentially 11. As they try to be winners of 5 straight. Elmhurst has won 3 in a row up to this point. But that might be broken here. It will take quite the uphill climb to get out of this pickle if you are the Blue Jays facing the serve of Carolina Aviles. with the Vikings just 2 away from a 5th set thrilling victory. Casey setting up Clardy right at the front of the net, and it is ruled out. North Park is 1 point away before they turn over to head to Benedictine tomorrow. Can they earn the first CCIW win of the season here in their opening game? Clardy will not earn the kill. Unbelievable work by Aviles. And now Larson out. And North Park with quite the comeback. That does it here. Elmhurst has been in some close ones as of late at home, but they end up just unable to pull it out in the 5th set once again. 15-9, the final in the 5th. And North Park prevails, winning 3-2. Awesome action seen here from Faginal Hall in Elmhurst, Illinois. We hope you've enjoyed this broadcast. I'm sure you North Park fans have, as that will do it here. Once again, your final: North Park 3 sets, Elmhurst 2 sets. Hope you enjoyed this broadcast today, presented by Suncom TV, as seen on CCIW Network. For our great producer, Greg Rosel, my name is Luke Jordan, as we will see you this weekend for the Elmhurst University Invitational.